Today our topic is proportions. So our essential question is, how can I use proportions to solve problems? Alright, so a proportion is an equality. So there will be an equal sign of two ratios or fractions, if you prefer. An equality of two ratios or fractions. So that could be like 1/2 equals 2/4 because they're the same thing. Or 2/1 equals 4/2 because those are also the same thing. It's an equality of two ratios or two fractions. So within proportions, there's this property called the cross products property. The cross products of a proportion are equal. So the cross products are just if you multiply the two diagonals. So if we multiply this diagonal, 3 times 20, we get 60. Then if we multiply this diagonal, so it makes a cross, it makes an X, then we get 4 times 15, which is also 60, and 60 equals 60. So those two cross products will be equal. So to be a proportion, that's what it means. It has to have those cross products be the same thing. So if we check down here, what's 1 times 4? 1 times 4 equals 4. And then check the other one, 2 times 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. They're both 4. Solving a proportion. So to solve a proportion, all we have to use is that cross products property. So we do h times 3, which is 3h. Always an equal sign in the middle. And then do the other diagonal, 9 times 2. 9 times 2 equals 18, so we put 18 there. Now we need to solve this equation. So this is why we talked about solving equations first. How do we get h all by itself? Well, we're multiplying by 3, so we need to divide by 3 on both sides. So we have h equals 18 divided by 3 is 6, so h equals 6. Next example, we're doing the same thing. So do the first cross product, 4 times 55. If you need to, you can use a calculator during this time. And 4 times 55 is 220. Put an equal sign in the middle. And then do the other cross product. So we have 5 times t. 5 times t is just 5t. Now we need to get that variable t all by itself. So again, we're going to solve that equation. 5 times t. How do we undo 5 times t? We divide by 5 on both sides. And we get t equals 220 divided by 5 equals 44. Last example here. Again, do those cross products. We get 22 times 21 equals 462. And then we put an equal sign in the middle. And then we do the other cross product. D times 6. D times 6, always put the number first. So we get 6 times D. Then we just need to solve that. 6 times D, undo times with divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 6. 462 divided by 6 is 77. So our variable D equals 77. Testing for a proportion. So to test to see if there is a proportion, are the two fractions equal? So proportion, remember, is an equality between two ratios. So do the ratios, 4/6 and 10/14, solve a proportion. So we want to test, are they equal? So all we have to do is test those cross products. See, are the cross products equal? So first, our first cross product can be 4 times 14, so 4 times 14. And when we do 4 times 14, we get 56. And then if we test the other cross product, we have 6 times 10. 6 times 10 equals 60. Does 56 equal 60? No, it does not. They are not equal, so no, the cross products are not equal. So therefore, it is not a proportion. Last piece here, real world problem solving. Proportions are found a lot in the real world, especially at like the grocery store, or if you're doing some baking and cooking, or anything with measuring certain objects. So if we have in the real world, Gatorade costs $5 for 3 bottles. It's on a nice good sale. We're going to get 3 bottles, 3 nice big bottles for $5. So we could make a ratio of $5 over 3 bottles. How much would it cost for 10 bottles? Well, the ratios would be equal. So we're going to put an equal sign in the middle. We're going to set up a nice proportion. And on this proportion, we know 10 bottles. So bottles go on the bottom, 10 bottles. And we want to know the money, because we're trying to figure out how much would it cost. So that's going to be what we're trying to figure out. Now that we've set up a proportion, we can solve it. $5 times 10 bottles, we would do 5 times 10 equals 3 bottles times x. Well, it's 3 times x, so that'd just be 3x. 5 times 10 equals 50. Solve this for x. 3 times x, to undo that, we would divide by 3 on both sides. We get x equals, and then we're going to do 50 divided by 3, and we get 16.6 repeating. So it would be 16.67 about dollars. And money, we can't be afraid to get decimals, because decimals are a part of our money. We have change, we have quarters, we have dimes, and so our decimals are okay to get. So to purchase 10 bottles of Gatorade, we would have to spend $16.67. That's all the notes I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.